Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex setups for today. So there is a string of data due today that that will impact Euro USD. So I'd be a little bit cautious until that is. That's a Euro CPI that's coming out. And if I just look at what's going on here, we are kind of in a downward trend. Granted, we've come up to the 150 EMA, but we haven't tested it since we broke through. You can see we broke through 2 weeks ago and we haven't come back to test it. This could very well be the test. Oscillators grouping to the upside, looking to turn, and we've got diversions here as well. You can see prices high, low, low, high, I lie. That's not diversions. Still too early in the morning for me, but nevertheless, there is diversions further back. So if you look at that pin bar to there, you can see there's your oscillators. It's low and that's higher. Okay, so for me, this area that we are busy rejecting, which is that level there, it's a swing low here, is of some very important significance. So what we see here is an exhaustion bar up, confusion bar, and now we are busy building a engulfing bar. So getting down to the levels we're looking to pay attention to today, you can see there was a rejection, and now we've got another rejection that is bring. I would be a little bit cautious with this one at the moment because the trend is up on the hour, and I just want to highlight something here. See the structure here? Look what happened. We came back onto 1 hour pin bar on that level and an inside bar. If I go down to the 15 minutes on this chart, you're going to see some fairly decent structure. Engulfing bar, inside bar, double bottom on a level. Looked left on the 15-minute, perfect structure, in an upward trend. Oscillators grouped the downside there and then crossed over there as well. Great opportunity for that long. Now, for short to take place, and I wouldn't be wanting to jump in on the noise that's going to come out later this morning. So you'd want to see a break of 109.173 and a retest, and then this gap here is going to be your first target. This area here is definitely going to be your first target, as also a daily high. So that is where I would be getting out at 108.918. Start dropping below that, then we're looking for this target. Start dropping below this, then we should have a well, even then we won't have a confirmation, but then it should start looking for a move to the downside. So big question here is strong dollar or weak dollar, and we've got US data coming out this afternoon and tomorrow as well. Got non-farm payrolls tomorrow. So anyway, and it's the end of the month, so hold on to your hat. It could go any direction. Just looking at US dollar Japanese yen, this rejection here is fairly solid, but we are sideways, so I'm not going to write anything into that just yet. I'm not interested in any shorts here until we drop below 145.045. And if you look at this on the 1 hour, you can see we had move up into chaos, and you can see all the structure that was here. You can see tails there, rounding top there, crossover of the moving average. It's not below them, but there's definitely a crossover. Separation here of the oscillators. So everything again was signaling to a short there. And if you look at it on the 15-minute, there is your 15-minute pin bar. We stretched for it, we didn't quite get it, but we always want 3 levels in, and there is another tail there. And look, there we had a rejection. That wasn't quite a decent one, but nevertheless, you could have waited for this tail to be tested, which was over here. Anyway, the reality here is that that was a rejection. You had a strong move down the previous day, so that's what you were expecting as another rejection, and you got it, but it was short-lived. Extremely short-lived in actual fact, but this gap would have been your magnets, and you can see there That would have been the target. So for today, watch out for the data, but it could be a situation of a move down. We are making a series of lower highs. So long as we keep projecting those highs, and I would argue just bring this level here. So, and I'll use this one. So there's your zone. You can see there's a bit of a gap here. There's two gaps here. So you're looking for 146, 154, and possibly 146, 263. If you get above the swing high of yesterday, all bets are off, and I suspect we'll probably build a base and start rallying. But I think this is looking a little bit tired for moves to the upside at the moment. So let's see what the data brings. Also the end of the month, so it could just fizzle out, or it could be some profit taking for those that are long. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen. Kind of all over the place still. I don't really see much on the 8 hour, and you can see the move was up, pretty much onwards and upwards. No real structure that it bounced off either. So that's the first level, and then you would have looked somewhere in there. We'll look at it on the 15 minutes as well, but there was pretty much nothing there. I think the signal here was the day before, but I was expecting a rejection. So to be honest, I was expecting a rejection of 184, 590. That didn't happen. So yeah, didn't get that one. But strong move up, pullback. Reality is you're probably looking for a continuation here, and that's my closest one. And get this up here as well. Okay, so you can see there is some structure here, and there's structure there as well. So if you just drop to the 15 minutes on this, okay, that one has been missed, so I would keep that in. That's 185.548, and see price come back there and test that. We have broken this trend line as well, but there is European data this morning, so just be very, very careful about jumping in just yet. Wait for the data first. That's probably more the same, more of a move to the upside, but I think this is what I'm looking for. I want a decent bounce off 185.548, and then that should get us an opportunity to continue. Possibly a strong move is what we've got here, but again, as I've said earlier, it is the end of the month, so don't assume that it's just going to fly. It could just go sideways, or it could just drift down and find structure lower down. But that is sideways. If it does get going, you're probably going to be capped by this area at 186.421. Lastly, Euro British Pound. This thing is completely confused. This week has been dismal. Big down, big up. In amongst the moving averages here, we've got a crossover of the slower moving averages, which is positive for the bulls, but we're not getting above the 150 EMA. So that is just indicating that we're not getting a trend going on the 8 hour. And if you look at it on the hour, yesterday was just nothing. We are in an area of fairly strong support. If you look left, you can see there is the previous resistance. So we are here. We've got to cross over the moving averages, and we're in amongst the moving averages. So again, it is ranging. I wouldn't want to be playing around with this at the moment. And yesterday, price action was just pretty much all over the place. No trend, just chaotic. So I would be interested. I'm just going to do that. I'd be interested in just paying attention to this. I'd want a decent drop below it, then a rejection. Then you may get the start of a downward trend on the 15 minutes. So then there's something to trade for. And you can pick up any one of these inside tails as your target. But personally, I think it's probably just going to be more of the same, being the end of the month at the moment. So I'm going to sit quietly and keep my money in my pocket. Anyway, that's kind of my view for Forex today. Watch out, guys. It is going to be quite volatile, I think, depending on what happens with the data. But there could be some opportunities, or there could be situations where it's just taking your money. So I think I'm just going to sit quietly. We'll wait for probably tomorrow. We'll look at it tomorrow, but I think next week probably is going to be the easiest thing. New month, new week. Yeah, fresh lease on life, and then we can get back into Forex. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.